Okay, I can't see. Welcome to the Albany Leadership Class of 2021 graduation ceremony. Yay! I'm Kristen Church. I'm one of the co-advisors for the senior class. Miss Heilsberg's up there. She's the other co-advisor. Yay! There are a few housekeeping items just before we begin. Just note where the exit signs are in case there's an emergency. Please check your electronic devices. Make sure they're not on. They can be on, obviously, for pictures. Make sure they're silent so it doesn't disturb the procession. We appreciate that. We do ask that you remain in your seats and not get in the aisles just for COVID reasons. And also the fire department doesn't like when you do that. So please, thank you. So here we go. We will now play a video in remembrance of China Forney, who we lost unexpectedly in May. We want to recognize China and her contributions to the Albany leadership family.
This one here goes out to everyone that has lost someone that they truly love. Come on, check it out. Seems like yesterday we used to rock the show. I laced the track, you locked the flow. So far from hanging on the block for dough. Notorious, they got to know that life ain't always what it seemed to be. Words can't express what you mean to me. Even though you're gone, we still a team. Through your family, I'll fulfill your dreams. In the future, can't wait to see if you open up the gates for me. Reminisce sometime, the night they took my friend. Try to black it out, but it plays again. When it's real, feeling's hard to conceal. Can't imagine all the pain I feel. Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death. Us while we pray for you. Every day we pray for you. Till the day we meet again. In my heart is where I keep you, friend. Memories give me the strength I need to proceed. Strength I need to believe. My thoughts big, I just can't define. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Us in the six, shop for new clothes and kicks. You and me taking flicks, making hits, stages they receive you on. Still can't believe you're gone. Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death.
What a life to take, what a bond to break. I'll be missing can I start? Everyone knows how I am with the people close to me. You were my heart. When they see me, they saw us. You had me go everywhere with you. Didn't care if I knew people or not. Knowing that we have unfinished business and you couldn't enjoy this day is sick to me. I'm gonna miss waiting for you to get home off work and arguing with you, telling me I have no best friend. You're my best friend. I love you more than life, and more than I can explain. These words can never make up for how you made me feel safe with our friendship. Everyone has ups and downs and arguments, but we never stay mad at each other for more than 4 hours. We have so many memories, more than I can ever show. It's only been 5 years, but I swear feels like my whole life I know you. And I can only tell you how thankful I am and how much I appreciate the love you gave me. I appreciate watching you grow up, and I appreciate that you was one of the few people that noticed me. I will forever be your biggest fan. China was so talented, I couldn't name one thing she couldn't do. She just did step, dance, track, and was a manager at her job. My sister was unstoppable. She always tells it how it is, whether you like it or not. She gets that from her mom. She was my shoulder to lean on when I was lost and my backbone, and it's forever us. LLC.
Though I'm missing you, I'll find a way to get through. Living without you, 'cause you were my sister, my strength, and my pride. Only God may know why. Still, I will get by.
Everyone knows China blew me off through this journey. Me and her spent literally every day together in or outside of school. We argued almost every day, but almost got right back minutes later. That was my everything, literally my best friend, my sister, my everything. This day is what we've been talking about for years. Told me you wanted to wear today. Then the fact that you can't be here today to enjoy this moment with me breaks my heart even more. I have to do this for us. I promised you I would never leave your side no matter what. You knew me probably more than I knew myself. You were perfect. A dancer, a stepper, a manager, a captain on both teams, and also a student. You put your all into every talent, which is what I love about you. You were you. Literally full of energy. I knew I could come to you for anything, to cry, to talk, laugh, and just even for advice. If I didn't have it, you made sure I did. You were more than my friend, you were family. You had a long life ahead of you, and you were on the right path. You was the youngest. You left this world leaving your name behind. We will never forget it, and you made sure of that. I have to be strong for you, and I promise I'm trying. Just how can I let go of so many memories? Literally been through everything together. If you saw China, you knew I wasn't too far behind. I know everyone here today shared a memory with her. She was everyone's friend, and she loves you all. Class of 2021, we did it. China will forever be in our hearts, and the ALH Banter, we love you.
So suddenly, so fast. How could it be that our sweet memories would be all that we have left? And now that you're gone, every day I go on, but life's just not the same. I'm so empty inside, and my tears I can't hide. But I'll try to face the pain, though I'm missing you. I'll find a way to.
Hey China, we did it. I am very hurt and lost that you aren't standing up here with me. If it wasn't for you, I swear I would have never came to this school. But you was able to get me to do anything. We lived together, we cried together, we fought together, we grew up together, and we watched each other spread our wings. You were so full of life no matter where we were, and clingy if somebody was too close to me. I always heard you say, "That's my cousin, that's my stinker bug, right, Najee?" And I was like, "That's right." But just know you will never be forgotten, and I will always be there for your mom, your sister, and your brother. We did it, China. I love you.
foremost, we are going to go over housekeeping for anyone who arrived a little late. Please silence those devices, and if you think it's on silent but you're not sure, please look at it and make sure that it is. We fully understand that you want to get the perfect picture of my baby. However, I'm going to need you to stay in your seats, make sure that the aisles are clear, and that everyone can get that trusty Zoom feature going and stay in your seats. With that having been said, my name is Carmen Serrano, and I have been, for the past 9 years, I have been the Family Liaison in the Front Office Manager at Albany Leadership. It has been a privilege and an honor. Let me say that again. It has been a privilege and an honor. I am heartbroken that China is not here. However, I stand before you feeling a myriad of emotions, but the overriding sentiment is a burning desire that we all remember who she was and who she would have wanted us to be in her absence. So I stand before you with a grateful heart and a celebratory soul. And I ask that we all join together in making her proud by mimicking her spirit, her enthusiasm for life, and making it our ministry. Let me repeat our ministry. To seek joy, laughter, peace, love, and especially gratitude in all things that we do. To our graduates, I hope I served you well. I am proud of you. I asked you to dig deep, and you dug. I asked you to do your best, and you did. And so that allows us wonderful consequences. We get to make it to what? The finish line together. So, without further ado, I remind you that this is a celebratory moment, and in keeping with that, I would like to introduce China's dance family, Too Hot for You, as they present a dance performance in her name. We love you, China. Here's Too Hot for You.
Graduated, punch your dog out. And if your dog graduated, punch your dog out. It's your graduation, you did it, congratulations.
can hear me? My bad. You can hear me now? All right. Welcome to Albany Leadership Charter High School for Girls, class of 2021 commencement. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem and the African American national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
You all may be seated.
Excited today. This is a very exciting day. Thank you. Good evening, honored guests, parents, family members, and friends, members of the Board of Trustees, and esteemed faculty and staff. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome you to the Albany Leadership Charter School for Girls commencement ceremony for the graduating class of 2021. I would like to take a moment also to welcome and thank the coaches and dancers of the Too Hot For You dance team for their wonderful performance. and for the hard work and the contribution to tonight's ceremony. I would also like to offer a special welcome to the Forney family. I know that I speak on behalf of our entire community when I say that we are honored to have you here with us to accept China's diploma, to celebrate her accomplishments, and to celebrate the accomplishments of the entire class. This is a time for celebration, but at the same time, we all feel the void of the tragic loss of one of our own and of the empty chair where China should be sitting. At this time, Nazare Forney, China's sister, and Albany Leadership Class of 2018 alumna would like to say a few words. Hello? Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure I was working. Well, good evening, everyone. Well, you guys know that I'm Nazare, China's sister. That's my twin. Well, I just want to say congratulations to my sister in the class of 2021. And that I'm so proud of her. I wish she could be here to walk the stage and grab her diploma. So, but I guess she is here. She's not here physically, but she's here spiritually. I feel her energy, and I know you guys do. She's probably up there watching us, happy, dancing in her nice outfit that she probably put together. Thank you. Sorry, I'm nervous. Oh, I don't even know what to say. I don't want to make it too sad, but oh man, I don't know what to say. I'm done. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Nazare. We all know how difficult it is, and we really just know that, her spirit is in you, and that will lead you through, and we just really appreciate you making that effort because we know it's hard. And for sure, China's spirit and light are here with us tonight. Okay. The past 16 months have been filled with a wide and far-reaching array of challenges, adversity, and strife that have affected us all profoundly. As we reflect, it's understandable that we sometimes become mired in the struggles we endured each and every day as we navigated our way through them, impacted and compounded by the pandemic and the issues of equality and social justice. But today is a day for celebration and a time for acknowledging the strength and perseverance with which we faced the challenges, overcame the adversity, and responded to the strife with a renewed sense of urgency that we must work collectively to continue to propel positive change. On September 4th, 2017, a new class of freshman students started their high school journey at Albany Leadership. Within the first month, we all knew that this class was going to be a lot of work. I mean, a lot of work. And true to our prediction, you have really given us a run for our money. Period. Yes. Typically, at some point in my graduation address, I share with the graduates an adjective or two
that come to mind when I look out at them sitting in their regalia. I have 3 adjectives for the class of 2021. Stubborn, unyielding, headstrong. These are the qualities that you came to Albany Leadership with, and these are the qualities that you have honed and have matured, the qualities that you channeled every day throughout these 4 years, and especially this past year, marking your achievements today. You are stubborn in your determination to not let the challenges be barriers to your success. You are unyielding to the temptation to throw your hands in the air and give up. And you are headstrong in your beliefs in equity and advocacy for yourselves and others who may not be in a position to speak for themselves. We have been through a lot together, and these experiences have challenged me in ways that have made me reflect often and have made us stronger together. And as I mentioned just this week to some of my colleagues, I'm pretty sure there's a gray hair in my head for each and every one of you. In all seriousness, I cannot begin to express how amazing it is to see you all together in person again, and how great it feels to be able to give you a real in-person graduation. Parents and family members, you have been the steadfast and driving force that has propelled each of these young women to persevere through these very difficult and trying times and succeed in spite of them. I thank you for your partnership throughout this journey and congratulate you all, as this is your achievement as well. Thank you also to the members of our Board of Trustees. We value and appreciate your dedication to the Albany leadership family and school community, as well as your commitment to our school and mission. Finally, I would like to recognize and acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our Albany leadership, faculty, and staff. You are the foundation and cornerstone of our school and our mission. I continue to be amazed by your resilience and your staunch efforts to ensure success of our students through every phase of adversity. Your perseverance and commitment in service to our students and our mission is so greatly appreciated, and I'm honored to be able to tell you how proud I am of you as well. Thank you for all that you have done and continue to do every day. Throughout the years, and especially this year, I have seen the members of our graduating class represent our clear values of college and career readiness, leadership, empowerment, accountability, and most of all, resolve and resilience. And I'm so very proud of each and every one of you, and I know that you will achieve everything you set your mind to. Now, as you venture forth into the future as an Albany leadership graduate, you are ready to face future challenges head-on, knowing that you have persevered through difficult times and that you possess the qualities that all great women share. I'd like to leave you now to reflect with a quote from President Barack Obama. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Congratulations, Albany Leadership Class of 2021. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you a young lady who is one of the top 3 in this graduating class, Ms. Kayla Service.
It is my pleasure to introduce Rebecca Akinwale, the class of 2021 valedictorian. Rebecca has spent the past 4 years at Albany Leadership proving what academic excellence truly means. From the very beginning of freshman year, Rebecca was in honor courses in both ELA and math. She excelled in these courses and added honors, social studies, and science to her schedule by sophomore year. Rebecca continued to prove that she might be worthy of being the valedictorian. While in classes, Rebecca consistently set the tone for her classroom. She made sure that her classmates were focused while also still helping the classroom be fun. Her teachers will always remember Rebecca as being one of the brightest students who always had the biggest smile on her face. Rebecca was not just a leader in the classroom, but also on the track, court, field, or any other place that her sports of choice was being played. Rebecca showed her competitive nature every day in PE, played volleyball, track, soccer, and basketball. Rebecca represented the best of our scholar athletes, learning this title each session by maintaining a minimum of a 3.2 GPA while playing all of her sports. Rebecca has also earned Panther Pride, Heart, and Hustle, and MVP. Rebecca has consistently demonstrated the clear values at Albany leadership and will continue to make her ALH family proud in all of her future endeavors. It is my pleasure to introduce the class of 2021 valedictorian and one of my close friends, Rebecca Akinwale.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Thank you for that kind introduction. Good evening, friends and family, faculty and staff, teachers, and last but not least, my beautiful, outstanding sisters of the class of 2021. Hey. I want to commend and congratulate each and every one of you for persevering through adversity to make it here today. And a special congratulations to our salutatorian, my best friend Sabah. She wasn't able to make it today because she's overseas, but congrats to her. I would also like to acknowledge a sister of ours who isn't here tonight physically, our loving China. And I think we can all agree that she's definitely here tonight in spirit. First, I would like to thank God for making this possible. I would also like to thank my family, friends, teachers, and mentors. I wouldn't be up here today without this honor. I wouldn't be up here today with this honor if not for my strong support system. Since my freshman year, I've been loved, supported, and encouraged by those around me. As much as I've been supported at school, I've also been supported and counseled at home. 6 years ago, my sister was also valedictorian of her graduating class of 2014. She really set the bar high for me and left some big shoes to fill. Since then, I've been set on a high-achieving academic path and expectation, not only for my parents, but for myself. Now, if I'm being honest, I wasn't very enthusiastic about doing this speech, and I definitely put it on at the last minute. And I went on YouTube to search up good valedictorian speeches to get an idea how to do this, and thank God for technology because I was able to get a lot of inspiration. And it's not plagiarism because I changed some of the words. Just kidding, it's from the heart. And many other valedictorian speeches usually follow the same pattern and have a common message to believe in yourself and to follow your dreams. So if you think that I'm gonna follow the same pattern, well, you're right, I am. But bear with me because as cliche as this may sound, I will try my best to speak from the heart. Also, many people don't even remember their graduation speeches, so that makes me feel a bit better. But I do hope that at least one thing will stick out to someone here tonight. Now for a timeline recap of my 4 years in high school. 4 years ago, I came to ALH as an eager, timid freshman. I was excited, nervous, and thrilled that I was finally entering high school. To my amazement, I was surrounded by girls I went to school with in middle school. I knew half of the girls in the student union already, and all my nerves disappeared and I felt right at home. Even though I knew a substantial amount of people already, I was still able to meet a handful of like-minded, devoted, and fun individuals. Shout out to Zai, Ashley, Asani, Zoe, and many more of you. Yeah, you. My freshman year, I practically lived in College Bound. That was my go-to spot after school where I go to bother Miss Anderson, and she was always so sweet and patient with me. I was always asking about volunteer opportunities because that meant I could leave home and have something to do for the weekend. I guess you could say I'm a certified homebody that likes to go out occasionally. Freshman year was a learning experience and an introduction to the life we'd experience for the next 3 years. We walked the halls slowly in our grape-colored button-down shirt while we made our way to class. Emphasis on slowly because I'd constantly have to twist and turn my body to slide past groups of people walking with no hustle to beat the late bell. Now, on to sophomore year. Sophomore year was kind of a blur. I don't really remember much from that year, but I believe it was good. Next was junior year, and we became upperclassmen. We were faced with more responsibility and more challenging classes. People still walk slowly, and if not slower this time, with white shirts. Although white was easier to match shoes with, it was harder to keep clean. My advice for incoming juniors, wear a fleece while you eat lunch. Junior year started out pretty good, pretty normal, until the deadly pandemic caused schools to be closed. And none of us knew that Friday, March 12th, would be our last day in person together for the rest of our junior year. Even though we saw each other's names on Google Meet, it wasn't the same. I remember feeling so lonely that I would go to the optional class hours just to talk to my teachers and hope to see anyone in class. Going to class was actually the highlight of my day at the time. But nevertheless, we persisted, and now look at us. We're pretty, educated, and soon to be graduated. Next year came senior year. Woo, almost done. And, and as unorthodox and unique as this year was, it will definitely be one to remember. Due to the deadly pandemonium, we didn't get to experience the TV movie High School Musical senior year. We literally lived through about 3 or 4 historical moments, and that's something I definitely plan to exaggerate when I get older and I'm having story time with my kids. On top of a deadly pandemic, we experienced a tragic loss of a sister. Although China's life was cut short, she was able to accomplish so much in a short amount of time. She was able to bless the life of those who came in contact with her amazing vibes and lively personality. I still remember when she was teaching me and a few other girls how to do the up, down dance. And if you know me, you know I lack rhythm, and it takes me a long time to learn dances. So I really admired her natural talent for dancing and step. She was even a natural leader and spokesperson. And the way she could dress, man, she had so much style and charisma that it showed in the outfits she wore. She even made the school uniform look good. Nevertheless, she continues to live on, not only in her eternal family, but in the ALH family, step and dance family, and even in the community. Over the last 4 years, ALH has brought out the best and sometimes the worst in all of us. We were challenged and molded over the years to be bright, strong, and astonishing young women we are today. We are a sisterhood, and we are resilient. We were resilient when we pursued through the COVID-19 pandemic. We were resilient when we witnessed and responded to the racial tensions that divided our country, and we were resilient when we lost a classmate. We built our resilience and strength through our sisterhood and community we developed over the years we attended here. We learned through our vulnerability and the tough times. Our teachers became our mentors, our counselors became our friends, and our classmates became our sisters. I was fortunate enough to find my mentor and confidant, Miss O. Miss O has guided me and advised me throughout my 4 years here. She provided me a safe space where I could seek her guidance whenever. She also empowered me and believed in me like many others, and I'm very grateful to have a reliable mentor like her. Shout out to our school mom, Miss Church, a kind, caring, and loving woman who's always thinking of others before herself, and her lovely daughter, aka Coach Lauren. Coach Lauren and Coach Church and Coach Lauren sacrificed their personal time to teach and coach our soccer team. With the short time I had with them in soccer and even in school with Miss Church, she was able to brighten my day with her welcoming aura and charm. We will surely miss her. Shout out to Mr. Rissler. Your class was fun. Yeah. And you're a cool teacher, I guess. I don't want to give him too much praise. It gets to his head. Shout out to Miss Hausberg, my favorite history teacher. She was the first teacher that graded harshly, and I actually had to try in her class. She's one of those teachers that you hear a lot about, but you may not like her if you don't have a class with her. But once you have a class with her, she'll definitely become one of your favorite teachers. Global class was the highlight of my day, not only because I like history, but because the atmosphere of the class was so inviting and lively that it made learning fun. So thank you, Ms. Halsberg, for challenging me. This next shout out goes to someone who is selfless, motivating, caring, and loud. Mr. Shields, thank you for all that you do. Shout out to my coaches, Mr. Bartlett. He helped me believe in my abilities and progress as an athlete. Ms. Dolan, who helped me find my love for track again. Ms. Dunn, a lively and fun person to be around. I love her sarcasm and sly jokes. Mr. Florence, who challenged me physically on the court and helped me develop my defense skills. And last but not least, Miss Maids, who always knew how to put a smile on my face and encourage me to be better. Another teacher who's selfless and genuinely caring. Special thanks to my wonderful guidance counselor, Miss Lewis. If not for your guidance and genuine help, I would be lost. Shout out to my friends who pushed me and motivated me a better version of myself, whether in sports, in the classroom, or in life. Shout out to Zai, my writer, Sky, my comedian, Zoe, Kayla, and Sabah, and others. A few words of encouragement before I close. Remember who you are and what you stand for. Don't compare your journey with another person's journey. We all have a different path to take, so don't ever feel inferior or less than anyone else. No matter where you go in life, walk with confidence, poise, and have an open and ready to learn mindset. Also, to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Something my older sister told me a while back, because I often let fear or anxiety hold me back from trying new things. But when you can overcome those feelings of doubt, you will experience all that life has to offer, and you may even surprise yourself, like me right now doing this speech. Thank you. Last words of advice are to be happy, find happiness, and as we move on to bigger things and chase the bag, chase happiness and stability as well. No matter what you do, be happy. This is our time, this is our moment, live in it and remember it. And as the iconic Zoe Harrison once said, don't let your dreams be memes. I'll leave that one open for interpretation. Fellow graduates, now it's time to say goodbye to high school and hello to a new chapter in life. Thank you, class of 2021, for memorable moments, both good and bad. And I'm not going to take up any more of your time, so in closing, congratulations to the outstanding class of 2021.
Hi again. Dr. Shay L. Butler served for 14 years as the Vice President for Student Development at the College of St. Rose. She began her career at St. Rose as the college's first Chief Diversity Officer. She is currently the Vice President for Advancement and External Relations at Springfield Technical Community College in Springfield, Massachusetts. Dr. Butler, who is known as Dr. Shay by her students, was educated at the University at Albany State University of New York, where she earned both bachelor's and master's degrees. In 2014, she earned a doctoral degree in law and policy at Northeastern University in Boston, Massachusetts. Dr. Shay is also a writer, speaker, mentor, in her most important roles, wife and mom. On her website, she says that overcoming adversity to succeed in life is not uncommon. Living life authentically and transparently while loving yourself and others is much harder to come by. Dr. Shay speaks to audiences across the country and around the region about her history as a teen mom who failed out of college and later went on to survive many other difficulties in life. She is part of a subpopulation of people who have gone from surviving to thriving. While working on her doctoral degree, Dr. Shay's research on educational access for low-income students opened the door for her to receive a 2014 invitation from the White House to be one of 60 educators participating in a conference on increasing the number of youth and traditional college-age students of color majoring in STEM fields. She is a native of Brooklyn, New York, but has made the capital region her home for more than 25 years. Shay met and married the love of her life, Dr. Odu Butler, at the University at Albany, and they have two sons, Koa and Nori, and one adult daughter, Chantel, in their blended family. Dr. Shea attributes her success in life to the faith her mother instilled in her at a very young age. Her dad's love of people and a strong work ethic modeled by her parents and mentors throughout her career. Encouraging audiences towards success and achievement is her passion, and working with the young people gives her great joy. The class of 2021 and the entire AOH community wants to thank you, Dr. Butler, for giving up your time to speak at our graduation.
Thank you. That was a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here with you today. I just want to thank the board. I want to thank Ms. Cook. I want to thank Ms. Church for the invitation to just spend time with you and talk to you a little bit about some of life's lessons to sort of launch you as you head out. So if I were to title my talk anything, it would be Facts versus Truth. Facts versus Truth. So in my life, and you heard a little bit about my life, you will know that these two things can coexist. And while they sound very similar, it's important to know that they are really very different sometimes. And they have different and distinct meanings, particularly in the way that I'm using it today. So I will distinguish the difference, and I hope by using examples from my life that you will be able to take some of what I say and apply it to your life as you take this next step. So, you probably want to say, so facts versus truth. Okay, Dr. Shea, why is that important? Because you, dear Eagles, are about to soar. And this is the most exciting time of your life. And some of you will more than soar, but to rise, you will rise high like Phoenix from the ashes. Phoenixes are very regal birds. And the ashes of COVID, the ashes of lost friends, the ashes of lost loved ones, the ashes of racism that has plagued this country and this city for far too long. These are the ashes that the class of 2021 had to face, yet you have risen. And so that is a fact and a truth. But I want to talk about the difference. So facts really are maybe what other people say about you. Facts are maybe the circumstances around you and how things look. Facts can even be how you feel at the moment. I feel sad about how things look. I feel glad about how things look. That's what the facts are. But truth goes beyond what you see. Truth is what you know. And therein lies the distinction. Truth can be informed by the opinions of others or your circumstances, but truth is not true if you make decisions based on what other people think or say about you, things that limit you or facts that limit you. So facts said, maybe that some of you were born in circumstances and have lives that maybe you shouldn't even be here today. That there was no roadmap at all that was leading you to be a high school graduate and to achieve at this level. That might have been the facts about the life that you have. It certainly was the facts about my life. To be a little black girl born into poverty in the projects of Brooklyn, Red Hook projects, for any of you who know Brooklyn at all. Bad place in the 80s, home of the crack epidemic, and gangs, violence, murder, teen pregnancy, all around me. There was no plan, nobody thought that I would be Dr. Shea anything at that time. The facts didn't align with the truth. Having a dad who was in my life as much as he could be, addicted to heroin. You know, nothing about the facts of my circumstances or my existence at that time denoted that I would be here talking to you today. The facts said I would be another statistics. But the truth says something else. The truth says something else for all of us who choose to believe it. The truth says if there was even one person in our lives who loves us or believes in us, we can make it. The truth says even if there isn't that one person, if you can believe in yourself and find self-love, you can make it. So, using a few examples, the two that you heard about today, teen pregnancy and failing out of college. And we're gonna have real talk for a moment, okay? Can we just have real talk for a moment? Because this is too important for you to miss the distinction between facts and truth. The fact was, I lost my virginity at the age of 13, okay, to a young man that I knew for just a week. The first man who told me he loved me and that I was pretty. That's a fact. The fact said, a year after that fact, I gave birth to, at the age of 14, to a daughter. The facts were, at that time, I was a part of a church that shunned me and who wouldn't let their daughters sit next to me or be around me. The facts were, I was at a Catholic school who told me I had to leave because I couldn't be there pregnant, so I had to leave my friends and go to an alternative high school for girls. The facts were, I was isolated, I was ashamed, and I was in pain. So those are the facts. But now here's the truth. All those biddies that said I was fast, I was loose, and they said a lot of other things about me, the facts in their mind were not true. Because the facts were, I was a 13-year-old girl who was grieving deeply the loss of her grandmother, who was very much like her mother. I loved my grandmother more than my mother at the time. And I didn't know where to put that grief. And my mother and the adults around me were dealing with their own pain in their own ways through the addictions of their own. My father addicted to heroin, my mother addicted to church, where she was 4 to 5 nights a week. And I love church, I'm a Christian, don't get me wrong. But they were too busy and dealing with their own pain to see me. And so I needed to be seen, and I looked for that in the wrong place. So the truth was, that daughter I had at 14, alone in a hospital delivery room because my parents couldn't get there in time. So I've often said to my daughter, it's been me and you against the world, kid. And that was the truth until later in life, and I'll get to that point. But I loved that baby girl from the moment I saw her and that I gave birth to her. And from that time to this day, of all my children, she's the one that I've known and loved the longest. And I'm very proud of her. The truth is that the day that I had her, I knew I would do whatever it took to make sure that I provided a good life for her. And I did. She graduated from Albany High. She went on to the University of Buffalo to earn a bachelor's degree. She went on to Hunter College to earn a master's in social work. And she's now a clinical social worker for one of the top research hospitals in the world, Memorial Sloan Kettering. So that's the truth, you know? So the facts upheld what the data and the research said about teen mothers born into poverty, to drug-addicted dads surrounded by violence. Those girls that the facts and the data talk about, they don't go on to earn college degrees. But the truth told a different story. The truth said that I, Shay Brown Butler, am more than a sum total of my failures in life. Yes, Dr. Shay Brown Butler, am more than the sum total of the failures in my life. But there were other mistakes to be made, and That was that college experience. And this is not going to happen to any of you ladies, because you're going to hear what I'm saying today and you won't fail out of college because you're listening to me right now. But the facts were, I was a bright kid who skipped fifth grade, wound up going to college at 16, graduating high school, going to college at 16, unprepared, immature, and not ready. So while other people were going to class, me and my friends were sitting in cafeteria playing cards most of the day. That's what we were doing. But lo and behold, I didn't know that even though they were in there playing cards with me in the cafeteria, they were still going home and studying and doing other things. So I'm boo-boo-the-fool, thinking I'm skipping class and I'm doing all these other things and thinking, you know, when I get the report card and it comes home, that I hid and hid and hid from my mother. After 3 semesters of that, the university said, bye-bye, you know, enough with you. You're not serious. And that was the right thing to do. So here I am again, isolated, ashamed, and in pain. And after 3 years, I sort of came to myself. And failing out of college was not good. It hurt. It was embarrassing. But there was a comma and not a period in life. So there was a pause, but that wasn't the end, is what I'm saying. Again, going back to that baby girl, she was the inspiration for me to do something different, to change my life, to do better. So after 3 years, I said, okay, I'm better than this. I could do more than this. And so I went back to school. I went to the community college, and for a semester proved to myself that I wasn't stupid. And I earned a 3.9 grade point average, which was an A that semester. And then I transferred to University at Albany, where I later. And I don't know, thank you. I don't know if there are any teen moms in here, but you know, one of the things, I've always been a rebel. So if you told me I couldn't do something, I was gonna do it, whether it was a good thing or a bad thing. You told me I can't do it, I'm gonna do it. So people always said, you had a baby, so you can't go away to college. And I said, watch me. And so I took my then 6-year-old daughter and moved up here and went away to college. Now, it wasn't the traditional way, but it was my way. And while she went to school, I went to school. And we did it. Living in poverty, you know, but I did it, you know. On public assistance, but I did it, you know. And while she did her homework, I sat at the table, I did my homework. And together, we did it. So that's the truth. So the facts say, you're a teen mom, you can't go away to college. Don't believe it. The truth says something else. So live and walk in your truth. So now I'm gonna turn to the family members for a second. These graduates that are here, and you're celebrating with them today, and you have witnessed some amazing facts and some real truths about them and about their lives. Here they sit in full glory, and I know we are all proud of them. But I also know, because now I'm a mother of teenagers and an adult child, that it was not easy. And the facts were that I put my mom through all kinds of troubles as a young woman. But the truth was, I was smart, gifted, and talented, but I was a hot mess. I was. Matter of fact, I'm writing my memoirs right now, and chapter 1 is titled A Hot Mess. Okay, so look for it. It's coming out, because there's much more to the story, but the audience it's rated R. But my mother, God bless her, she didn't throw me away. She did not embrace the facts about my circumstances, about my life. She chose to believe the truth. She didn't throw me away because of my mistakes. She loved me through heartache. She loved me through pain. She loved me through my joy, my trauma, and through the rain. She was there. And there's one thing that I want you to know about love, because this is important. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Thank God my mother did not keep any record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but it rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts, always hopes and always perseveres. Love never fails. And that is a truth that we should all be aspiring toward. Right? So it's because of my mother's faith, her prayers, her support that I stand here today as Dr. Shay Brown Butler, with a husband, 2 more children, a successful career, writer, blogger, speaker, and now memoir writer to add to it. But none of these things I would have if I embraced the facts that were told to me about my life, and the facts, the data. And the haters will always pull out the data to tell you what you can't do. So graduates, today we are here to recognize and honor your truth. And what is that truth? That truth is you have been vested by the state of New York, and you are officially and on record as a high school graduate. I'm about to prophesy and say you about a college graduate, but you're a high school graduate on your way to college graduate. You did it. You fought hard, you studied, you lost China, you lost other friends, you lost family members to violence or to COVID, yet you endured. You endured. Some of you were displaced, parents lost jobs. It's been a crazy year, y'all. You know, some nights you maybe went to bed hungry and afraid, not knowing what was coming next. But you faced it. You know, some of you lost loves, you know. There's nothing worse than that senior year breakup. You know, my boyfriend, I'm gonna digress for a second, broke up with me 2 weeks before prom. There is nothing worse than a senior year breakup. But yet, look at you. If that applies to you, you even made it. You know, you lost friends, you know, the drama that happens falling in and out of friendships. Yet you made it. You still did your homework. You still went to class in spite of all of that. Why? Why? Because the facts of your situation didn't dictate the truth that you knew, and the truth was you were determined to be a high school graduate. Right? Right. So therefore you are diamonds, you are eagles, you are phoenixes, and you will rise up from the ashes that have tried to steal your future. It will not. So I don't call you queens, diamonds, eagles to flatter you. I call you these things because they are both true and factual. And when you get to college, I want you to study more about the origins of civilization, and there you will learn that we are all children of Africa, where the earliest human remains were found dated back over 300,000 years ago in Morocco, about 100 kilometers away from Marrakesh. The modern university system that I work in and that you see today were founded by Africans while Europe was still in the dark ages, before Rome, before Greece. So when you go to college, don't let anybody tell you that you are an affirmative action case, that you don't belong there, because they will try. They will try to make you feel like you don't belong there. But you know what? You tell them my ancestors created this university system so that many of, yeah, you tell them. The ancient world even knew it and praised them for it. The book 2 of history is written by Herodotus, the famous ancient Greece historian who wrote, praised the achievements and traditions of the African civilization, where the first institution of learning was found in Kemet, which is now called Egypt. Kemet, which is now called Egypt. He wrote about how the scholars of the ancient world flocked to Africa to learn, okay? So that was the Oxford of their day. And Oxford is the oldest university in the world, 1096, or so we've been told, but really, the University of Corine, founded in 859 in Morocco on the continent of Africa, is the oldest university in the world. And you need to know that, because people will try to tell you that you don't belong in college, but you need to let them know my ancestors founded college. So So don't allow them to talk you down and make you feel like you don't belong there. Don't ever allow anyone permission to make you feel inferior, as both Eleanor Roosevelt and Michelle Obama has told us. So there are many facts and truths, as I close, that you will face in life. So I'll leave you today with an assignment. I want you to ask yourself, what truth do I believe about me? When you know your own truth, when you see your beauty, your talent, and your strength, then and only then will you be ready to work on developing your unique and your God-given talents and work towards your purpose. And every last one of you seated here today has a purpose. You were put on this planet for a reason. There has never been another you, and there will never be another you. So in your glory, know that you are Destiny's child. You are a high school graduate, and of you, we are all proud. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Good evening, and welcome, and welcome to our 2021 graduating ceremony. My name is Michelle Lewis, and this is my colleague Dana Kamer, and we are the school counselors at Albany Leadership. Tonight, we have the pleasure of announcing the senior scholarships and awards for 2021. Seniors, please stand when your name is called. We would like to start by announcing the Albany Leadership Clear Awards. These awards are based on what our school represents and stands for as a whole. Each letter represents a quality and what we ask for in all of our students to possess. Please stand when your name is called and remain standing until the last Clear Award is announced. The first letter is C. This award represents a student who has demonstrated college career and readiness, not only in her academics, but also in her everyday life. This student maintained an A average in her university and high school English classes. This award is presented to Miranda Odell. The second letter is L. This award represents a student who has demonstrated leadership. This student has exhibited leadership throughout her time at Albany Leadership, through her ambassadors program, and more recently by leading her peers through a difficult time. This award is presented to Tamia Reed. The third letter is E. This award represents a student who has demonstrated empowerment. This student demonstrated the ability to learn a new language while earning a college and career readiness score in her regents. This award is presented to Sabana Abdul Halim. The fourth letter is A. This award represents a student who has demonstrated accountability. The student has always held herself to the highest standards, finishing number 10 in her class while taking 5 college classes in her senior year. This award is presented to Asani Williams. The last letter is R. This award is presented to a student who has demonstrated resolve and resiliency. This student has shown a drastic change in growth and maturity this year alone. She maintained an A average in her Russell Sage College class and is attending a SUNY school in the fall. This award is presented to Harmony Fryer. Please be seated. Next, we are announcing the recipients that have been awarded the New York State Board of Regents Scholarship for Academic Excellence. The students are Rebecca Akinwale and Kayla Service. Please stand. You may be seated. Now we are announcing the recipient that has been awarded the Casta Scholars Recognition Award. This award is presented to a student who has demonstrated outstanding scholastic achievement as a student, as well as a community member. This student is Alam Al-Madani. Please stand. You may be seated. Next, we would like to announce the recipient of the New York State Controller Achievement Award. This student is receiving this award in recognition of their hard work, dedication, and success. Please stand when your name is called. Sky Whitfield. Please be seated. The next award is the Triple C Award. This award is presented to a student who has demonstrated character, courage, and commitment. Please stand when your name is called. Sydney Harmon Gamble. You may be seated. We would like to announce the recipients that have demonstrated college and career readiness in either math or English language arts. Students announced have received a score of 80 or above on the Algebra Regents or a 79 or above on the English language arts Regents. The recipients of this award will be receiving a scholarship from Albany Leadership. When your name is called, please stand. Sobana Abdul Halim. Zahira Abdul Nafi. Rebecca Akinwale. Olivia Elmore. Sydney Harmon Gamble. Sadeja Johnson. Malath Mahmood. Paige McGrell. Diamond McNeil. Zarab Minko. Miranda Odell. Saba Othman. Brianna Rice. Karaya Royal. Kayla Service. Nizera White. Asani Williams. Teresa Wilson. Congratulations, ladies. You may be seated. Congratulations to all of our award and scholarship recipients. Our last scholarship being awarded tonight is the China Forney Nursing Scholarship. This scholarship is being awarded to a student who is going to Maria College for nursing and exhibits the same energy and drive as China. This scholarship is presented to Najee Mitchell. All right, ladies, are you ready? Are you ready? We will now begin awarding the diplomas. Row 1, please stand. Sobana Abdul Halim. Zahira Abdul Nafi. Rebecca Akinwale. Samar Al-Kabani. Yumna Al-Shanif. Alam Al-Madani. Briar Braxton. DeQuasia Brooks. Ashley Castillo. You may be seated. Row 2, please stand. Shanika Kamathir. Courtney Cook. Hannah Cripps. Deanna Davis. Michaela Day. Olivia Elmore. China Forney. China's diploma is being accepted by an ALH alumni, Nazare Forney. Harmony Fryer. Francilia Gargley. Row 2, you may be seated. Row 3, please stand. Yolissa Graham Richardson. Sumaya Hamida. Sydney Harmon Gamble. Zoe Harrison. Shayla Hickman. Isiana Isom. Lottie Jackson. Zoe Jackson. Kiasha Jacobs. Queen Johnson. Sadasia Johnson. Lyric Jones. Amaria Lucas. Row 3, please be seated.
Okay, fourth row, you may stand. Oh. Fourth row, okay. Okay. Sakari McLean. Paige McGrail. Diamond McNeil. Zariab Manko. Jaquavia Miles. Daisha Miller. Najee Mitchell. Stephanie Murray. Felicia Nazabi. Miranda Odell. Siobhan Olds. Alondra Pagan Cortez. Fifth row, you may stand up. Tamia Reed. Brianna Rice. I just called your name. Oh, I said it. Oh, Brianna Rice. Karaya Royal. Saida Scales. Kayla Service. Okay. Kristen Service. Sumra Sefadine. Takaya Taylor. Brandy Thompson. Jamise Torres. Hasna Ula. Nizira White. Sky Whitfield. Dominique Wiggins. Asani Williams. Tamariana Williams. Jamira Wilson. Teresa Wilson. And Alana Wright.
Graduates, please stand up. Yes, let's give a big round of applause for our 2021 graduates. Now, ladies, please grab your tassel and move it from the right side to the left side of your mortarboard. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduated class of 2021 for Albany Leadership Charter School for Girls.